Sometimes nature surprises us with twists and turns, and in some rare cases, it gives us something extraordinary. Imagine being born with extra body parts. For some, it may sound like a scene from a science fiction movie, but for others, it's a reality they've lived with. From extra limbs to additional organs, each of these 15 people born with extra body parts has had a unique journey, and today, we will be exploring that. So sit tight. Number 1. Deepak Paswan. Born in a small village in Bihar, India, Deepak was brought into this world with an extraordinary condition. He had 8 limbs. While some people saw him as a divine being, others believed it was the hand of the devil. Deepak endured years of shame and ostracism until he underwent life-changing surgery at Fortis Hospital in Bangalore. Deepak's parents, who lived in a small village in Bihar, had no idea their unborn child was developing with a parasitic twin attached to his chest and abdomen. The surprise was even greater in a region with poor health care and no access to ultrasounds or prenatal checks. When Indu, Deepak's mother, went into labor, she went to her mother's house in a nearby village. As the birth became complicated, it was evident that something was wrong. When Deepak finally arrived, there were gasps of horror all around. The legs of the parasitic twin were growing at the same rate as Deepak's, adding an extra 3 kilos to his 12 kg frame. But the surgery at Fortis Hospital changed Deepak's life forever. X-rays and CT scans showed that Deepak was not sharing any major organs with the parasitic twin, but a significant artery was supplying blood to it, creating a risk of severe blood loss.
The challenging thing is the sharing of the liver, which we can surgically address it.
After carefully identifying what organs belonged to Deepak and what belonged to the parasite, the doctors started the delicate process of separating the two. 2 hours later, the parasite was removed from Deepak's body, and he could finally live an everyday life. This remarkable surgery gave Deepak a new lease on life. He could finally become an average child, playing, cycling, and spending time with his younger sister Manisha. Number 2. Rokhaya Muhammad. Another such case is Rokhaya Muhammad, a 15-month-old baby girl from Egypt who was born with not 1 but 2 mouths. When Rokhaya was born, doctors gave her parents the grim news that she would not survive. However, the little fighter survived and made the journey from Egypt to the United States to receive groundbreaking surgery that would give her back her smile. Rokhaya suffers from diprosopis, a condition that causes duplication of facial parts. This condition has only occurred 35 times since its discovery over 100 years ago, making Rokhaya's case unique. Moreover, this condition was not detected during the mother's pregnancy, despite a range of tests that are typically conducted. While Rokhaya's condition does not create any issues with her feeding and breathing process, her family faced significant challenges back home in Cairo due to hateful stares and comments. However, numerous charities stepped in to help bring Rokhaya to the U.S. for treatment when medical help was unavailable in Egypt. Rokhaya received her first surgery, which peeled away the soft tissues and fixed the foundation of her face. There will be many surgeries in her future, but her doctors are confident they can improve her life. We're very well experienced in terms of bringing in children around the world for these surgeries, said Dr. McGee III, whose parents founded Operation Smile 30 years ago, a charity that aids children born with cleft lips and facial deformities who cannot afford treatment. We thought we could do an excellent job and get her home safely. She's done quite well, better than we anticipated. Number 3. Lakshmi Tatma. Lakshmi Tatma was born as a conjoined twin with a torso and limbs, but without a head, and was joined to her twin at the pelvis. Her family, who lived in a poor Indian village, wanted to have her extra body parts removed, but they were unable to afford the costly surgery. However, Dr. Sharon Patil from Narayana Health City Hospital visited Lakshmi's village and decided to fund the operation, which cost $200,000. The complex surgery required 30 surgeons from different specialties and took 27 hours to complete, with a high risk of death. The hospital's foundation covered the cost of the procedure, which was a success. Lakshmi is now one half of a conjoined twin without a living sibling. Her condition is called ischiopagus. Surgeons removed the extra body parts and unfused Lakshmi's spine from her twins, using tissue from the twin to rebuild her pelvis. They also had to remove her kidney from the parasitic abdomen and move it into her own abdomen to save it. Lakshmi may still require further surgeries. Despite some villagers still considering Lakshmi sacred and planning to erect a temple in her honor, Dr. Patil believes she is a charming young girl who will grow up to be something special. The surgery was a remarkable feat of medical expertise and teamwork, and Lakshmi's family is grateful for the help they received. Number 4. Gaurab Garum. It's not uncommon for individuals to be born with extra body parts, and in some cases they can be fully functional. However, for 2-year-old Nepalese boy Gaurab Garum, his third arm growing out of his back is causing concern for his parents. The arm, which doesn't move, is the remains of Gaurab's undeveloped twin, and is growing from a split in the toddler's spinal column. Living in a deeply religious Hindu community in the Tanahun district, Gaurab has never received medical attention because spiritual shamans told his parents not to go to doctors. Some individuals in the community even believe that Gaurab is a form of God and have bestowed money on the family. However, Gaurab's parents are now seeking medical advice as the arm has increased in size and affects Gaurab's sleep. The family made a 220 kilometers journey south to the capital of Kathmandu and the Grand International Hospital for scans. There, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Chakra Raj Pandey explained that the extra arm itself is not a problem, but inside the spine is the biggest worry for all of them.
The extra arm itself is not a problem. Inside the spine is the biggest worry for all of us.
If the spinal nerves are not addressed, Gaurab may develop neurological problems, possibly making him wheelchair-bound. However, the risks of an operation to remove the third arm are significant. Gaurab's spinal nerves could be damaged during the operation, potentially leaving him paralyzed. The decision is now up to Gaurab's parents, who face the impossible decision. Number 5. Lali Sign. Picture this: a baby born with 2 faces, 2 noses, 2 pairs of lips, and 2 pairs of eyes. This is the reality for Lali, a baby girl born in a small village in northern India with a scarce condition known as craniofacial duplication. Despite her unique appearance, Lali's father, Vinod Singh, states that his daughter is okay, like any other child. After leaving the hospital 8 hours after a standard delivery, Lali quickly became a sensation in her village. People from all over the area have visited her daily to offer money, touch her feet out of respect, and receive blessings. Rural India is deeply superstitious, and many people in the village believe that Lali is the reincarnation of the Hindu goddess of valor, Durga, a fiery deity traditionally depicted with 3 eyes and many arms. While Lali's condition is often linked to serious health complications, including breathing difficulties, the doctor who delivered her stated that she is doing well and leading a normal life. Despite this, Lali's father took her to a hospital in New Delhi, where doctors suggested a CT scan to determine whether her internal organs were normal, but he felt it was unnecessary. The village chief, Daulat Ram, has even stated that he plans to build a temple to honor Durga and is writing to the state government to provide money to help Lali's parents care for her. Jaipal Singh, a member of the local village council, said, "Lali is God's gift to us. She has brought fame to our village." Number 6. The conjoined twins. The condition of conjoined, where 2 infants are joined by 1 torso, is a complex phenomenon that often results in stillbirth. However, some conjoined twins have miraculously survived and thrived. In India, some cases of dicephalic parapagus, where twins are born with 2 heads and share 1 body, have made headlines in recent years.
On MRI, it was confirmed that these are the conjoined twins with 2 heads, 2 neck, and 2 spines.
In March 2022, Shaheen Khan delivered what appeared to be a baby with 2 heads and 3 arms in the same state. While the parents were initially devastated, they soon learned to embrace their unique children. Shaheen and her husband Sohail were expecting 2 fully formed twins, but were surprised when they saw their baby. However, despite the initial shock, the twins have survived and are being monitored by doctors. Though they were told to expect conjoined twins, they were still shocked when they saw their baby with 2 heads. Such cases of conjoining are not common and affect only 1 in a million births. As a result, doctors often approach such cases cautiously and do not immediately plan for surgery. the baby's condition remains uncertain, especially in the initial days, and therefore they are kept under observation. Despite the challenges, the parents have expressed love and pride for their children.
सोच क्या रहे हैं जो मैं अपने इस बच्चे के लिए सोच रहा हूँ सो इस बच्चे के लिए जो इनके लिए कर पाऊंगा सो उनके लिए कर पाऊंगा.
In the face of such adversity, they have learned to see the beauty in their unique babies. Number 7. Akshat Saxena. Extra digits on hands and feet are more common than you might think. In fact, a recent study showed that it affects 2.3 out of every 1,000 male babies born and 0.6 out of every 1,000 female babies born. This condition is known as polydactyly, a genetic disorder that can be inherited, giving rise to excess digits. And while it may seem odd to some, to those who live with it, it's just another part of their unique identity. One little boy from northern India, Akshat Saxena, has made headlines for his impressive number of fingers and toes. Born with 7 fingers on each hand and 10 toes on each foot, he has 34 digits, a world record according to Guinness World Records. His mother, Amrita Saxena, was initially shocked when she saw his fingers, but doctors assured her that having extra digits is not uncommon. Polydactyly is often treated by surgically removing the surplus digits, and Akshat has undergone a series of surgeries to amputate the excess digits. He was born without thumbs, so doctors are reconstructing them out of the fingers they have removed. Despite the surgeries, the family remains proud of their little boy's unique trait. In fact, a family friend convinced them to register Akshat for the Guinness World Record. He had read about a baby born in China with 31 fingers and told the Saxena family that Akshat had broken the record with his 34 digits. At first, Mrs. Saxena was skeptical, but they registered the data online, later confirmed by Guinness World Records. Interestingly, the previous record was held by a 6-year-old boy in China who had 15 fingers and 16 toes. He also underwent surgery to remove the extra digits, and now has the same number of fingers and toes as most people. Number 8. Pregnant baby. Well, a pregnant baby may sound very strange, but that was the case for a baby girl born in Hong Kong who had 2 fetuses inside her at the time of birth. This rare condition, fetus in fetu, occurs in only about 1 in every 500,000 births and remains a medical mystery. Doctors who treated the baby girl believed the 2 fetuses were likely the remains of sibling twins that were absorbed during the pregnancy. The newborn was referred to an obstetrician and gynecologist at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Hong Kong after her prenatal ultrasound revealed an unusual mass within her. During surgery, doctors discovered 2 fetuses between her liver and her kidney. One weighed 0.3 ounces, and the other weighed 0.5 ounces, corresponding to about 8 and 10 weeks gestation. Each fetus had an umbilical cord linked to a placenta-like mass in the girl's belly. But how could this happen? Dr. Drayan Birch, an obstetrician and gynecologist in Pittsburgh, calls it one of those medical mysteries. He believes that fetus in fetu may be similar to a common phenomenon known as vanishing twin syndrome, where one of the twins is completely absorbed and vanishes into the body of the other. Number 9. Sarah Reinfelder. A woman from Michigan gave birth to twin daughters, each from one of her 2 wombs. This extraordinary event was made possible due to a rare condition called uterus didelphys, in which the womb develops in 2 parts, each with its own fallopian tube. The condition affects approximately 1 in 3,000 women, but the odds of carrying a baby in each uterus simultaneously are estimated to be around 1 in 5 million. Sarah Reinfelder, the mother of the twin girls, had previously suffered a miscarriage due to her Mullerian abnormality, a condition in which she has 2 uteri. After the miscarriage and discovering her abnormal uterus, Reinfelder was informed that it was unlikely she could have children. However, she became pregnant again and gave birth to a son approximately 10 months before the birth of her twin girls. Reinfelder's doctors were initially concerned that each uterus's quality was insufficient for a successful pregnancy. However, to their surprise, the pregnancy progressed well, and the twin girls were delivered 7 weeks prematurely by 2 cesarean sections. Number 10. Spider Girls. The conjoined twins Ganga and Jamuna Mondal are the Spider Girls or the Spider Sisters. Born in 1969 in Basarhat, West Bengal, India, they have 3 legs, 4 arms, and a 9-toed limb hidden behind their bodies. They share a stomach but have 2 kidneys, 2 hearts, 1 liver, and 1 productive tract. Despite their challenges due to their conjoined condition, Ganga and Jamuna have a warm and positive outlook on life. Their parents named them Ayara and Jayara Ratun, but at the age of 5, they changed their names to Ganga and Jamuna to honor the rivers of India. The twins have separate ration cards, but share the same plate at mealtimes. They even attempted to open a joint bank account, but were refused. Despite their condition, the twins have been examined by doctors to see if they could be separated.
They have the possibility to be separated.
However, they have no plans to do so. They believe it would be against God's will and carry too much medical risk. They also feel happy just the way they are, saying, "The family will starve if we are separated." Their story is both heartwarming and inspiring. Despite the difficulties they have faced, Ganga and Jamuna have found love and happiness. They longed for someone who would love them both equally, and finally, they found that person in the same circus where they worked. Jasimuddin Ahmadis, a sound engineer in the circus, fell in love with the sisters and became their partner. He supports them emotionally and financially, allowing them to live comfortably. Number 11. Zhao Huikang. Imagine being born with a severe facial deformity that you are given the nickname Mask Boy by the media. This is the reality that Huikang, a child born in southern China's Hunan province, faced when he came into the world. He suffered from a rare and severe transverse facial cleft, which caused 2 huge gaps to appear on both sides of his mouth, leading towards his ears, giving him the appearance of having 2 faces. As any new mother would feel, Huikang's mother, Yi Lianxi, was devastated when she first saw her baby. The doctors had first avoided showing her the child, but after repeatedly requesting to see him, she was finally allowed to hold him. She cried tears of heartbreak, asking why this had happened to her. Yi Lianxi had undergone several ultrasounds during her pregnancy, but no deformity had been detected. Huikang's condition was rare and severe, damaging his soft tissues, temporal bone, cheekbones, sphenoid bone, and upper jaw. Living in a traditional and impoverished village in rural China, Huikang's family faced ridicule and discrimination from their neighbors due to his unusual appearance. They also struggled with the high cost of medical bills. But with the outpouring of sympathy and donations from the press and public, Huikang was able to undergo 2 successful operations at No. 163 Military Hospital in Changsha. Despite the success of the operations, it remains to be seen how Huikang is doing today. Various Chinese media outlets have shared his story and pictures over the years, with people expressing shock and a desire to help. But there have been no recent reports on his progress. Number 15. Alfie Champs. Being born with an extra strand of DNA, Alfie's condition is so rare that it has no name, making him the first person in the world to be discovered with this unusual trait. The condition left him blind and with several disabilities, including serious digestive problems and muscle weakness that prevented him from rolling over alone. It was a challenging and emotional journey for Alfie's parents, Gemma and Richard Clamp, from the moment they took him home and realized something was wrong. Alfie's health deteriorated quickly, and he was rushed to the hospital after he stopped breathing and his lips turned blue. The doctors discovered the abnormality in his DNA, which caused multiple problems early on in his life, including when he stopped breathing completely. Despite the challenges, Alfie has proven to be a fighter, and there is hope for his future. He underwent surgery to fix an intestinal problem caused by his condition, and his vision has improved, allowing him to see for the first time at the age of 3 months. Although he still suffers from severe digestive problems and requires daily medication to absorb vital nutrients, Alfie's progress is remarkable. His condition still baffles doctors who are uncertain how it will affect him later in life. The fact that Alfie is the only person in the world with this condition means that little information is available to help his parents and doctors understand what to expect. However, Alfie's story is a reminder that even in the face of the unknown, there is always hope. Alfie's story has also shed light on children's incredible resilience and ability to overcome adversity. Despite his condition, Alfie is a happy and curious child who loves to explore the world around him. His parents describe him as a little miracle, and say that he has taught them the true meaning of strength and determination. These cases might be very strange to some, but they are some people's reality. Which of these rare cases have you encountered before? Do well to share your thoughts in the comments section below.